Was even if we spend the time and energy going to a city and say we only have 20 guys out there, which is a small number by comparison, if those guys are flying NSM flags, the press is going to come out. If the Antifa comes out and attacks us, even better, because now there's violence and the press has to report on it, even if there's a media blackout, because that's been a tactic. We started wondering why in some areas the press wasn't covering us, because they were non-eventful events. If we clashed with the other side, guaranteed press. So that takes away, I think, looking at it from the side of the left as well, they think they're going to stop the movements by initiating violence and attacking people that are in the movement. It does just the opposite. The guys would thrive on that sort of thing. They would say, we did an event in Mississippi one time in Tupelo, and the police sort of cordoned off the area. So there was like a handful of people from the downtown area. There was police and press. And the guys that were there with us, it was National Socialist Movement and Klan that time, and they said this was the most boring rally, uneventful rally they'd ever done. It was demoralizing from the standpoint of the movement. Now, other times, like we had a big street fight in New Jersey, they said, why can't we have that again? They knew in the National Socialist Movement, you couldn't attack somebody. It was against our rules. I had done this for 27 years total. Never had not one person from the National Socialist Movement arrested for violence at a rally, because we knew it was our rules and our guidelines that you did not hit somebody first. If you were hit, you defended yourself. But to say that people weren't hoping or wishing for that violence would be incorrect, because that would turn that into something that they thrived on. So the far left thinking they're going to shut down these groups by punching a Nazi in the face or something like that, absolutely doesn't work. It's what they want. Okay,
so to combat that, then what's the strategy? Knowing that that inciting violence is the #1 way to kind of push out messages in a lot of ways, get that press, what's the alternative then to, if that the other side is trying to kind of quell this?
There's a few different ways of looking at it. I feel like in this country, everybody has the right to protest, whether you're on the right, the left, the center, or wherever in between. You should have the right to do that. And it's kind of a complicated thing, because in some ways, like in the example of Mississippi, there was hardly anybody there. So it was demoralizing to the people that were coming. But the counter argument from the other side is if you just allow it, then these guys are going to grow because more people are going to come out and hear it. So I think it really depends on the way one looks at it. Peaceful protesting is fine. I think peaceful counter protesting is fine. But the moment it crosses that line into violence, whatever side it's coming from is wrong. And I think that's where law enforcement needs to come in, and typically they do. They'll separate it. They'll take in people that have committed criminal acts, and that's good. But I think either ignoring completely from, we're talking from the street level counter protester, is that what you're asking? From the street level counter protester, either be 100% peaceful or stay home.
Okay.